Love you, do anything for you. Don't you know that I need you? And I'm running towards you. We go together, or we will go away. We go together. I think you be overdoing it.
What up, good peoples?
Hello.
How y'all doing today? Solomon Hayes.
And I'm Tiffany Hayes.
And this is After I Do. What up, good peoples? We are heading into 2020 or into 2020, contingent upon the time which this has been edited. And a lot of everybody has already been talking about 2020 vision, this, that, and the third, blase, and what have you. And which, I mean, I think that's a good thing to have hope for the future. So when you got married, I guess that made me think about the topic in regards to vision, vision and marriage. So like when you got married, did you have like a particular vision for our marriage? Because I remember when we did premarital counseling, that's one of the things that they said that we should do or what have you.
I'm glad we did do it. But yeah.
We did.
What?
We
did we do premarital counseling?
I mean premarital. I was talking about vision. I was saying, did you have a particular vision?
Oh, vision. No, I was on premarital counseling.
Oh yeah. Well, the topic for today is vision for your marriage, or vision for your mate. Interesting topic. So the shadow is okay. That's better. The shadow on you. It's covering my beard. That's good. I like it around there. Okay, yeah. So did you have a particular vision for our marriage?
When we started, when we first got married, no. I didn't even know or to think to create a vision or to consult with you and pray about a vision. I just wanted to get married to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember it was a thing that we talked about premarital counseling, and I don't think we never really, created a vision for our marriage, so to speak.
Did we talk about that in premarital counseling?
Yeah, we talked about it in premarital counseling.
Okay.
I said it in the intro.
Yeah, but I didn't know if we did that or not. So
yeah,
that was me asking you that.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, we definitely did. That's one thing that he said. But I didn't really have a vision, so I just never did it, to be honest with you. In regards to marriage, I didn't, But I do remember him talking about that we should create a vision, for our marriage and our expectation for our marriage or what have you. This glass is making a glare. When you got married, did you have a particular vision for me? Like, did you have an ideal of what you wanted a mate to be?
Did I have an ideal as to what I wanted a mate to be? I did not have an ideal as to what I wanted you to be. I thought that we weren't going to have any disagreements and we were just going to be like the television shows in the beginning. Mm-hmm. But so I guess that would be a vision, but it wasn't like a conscious vision. That was like a subconscious thought or thinking or vision that I had, but not knowing that I actually held it. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I guess you had preconceived notions, but you didn't, have something that was exactly in regards to your vision of your mate. So, okay.
Yeah.
And I don't think I had any real expectations for you as a wife. We're totally different. To think about it, like, we got married pretty young. We were with each other for a long time since we were in high school. So I think a lot of the the notions that older people have when they get married, or concepts that they have, we didn't have, because I think we were just, to be honest, a little ignorant in a lot of the departments in life. And I think we kind of grew out of our ignorance together as a whole, as a unit, as a young couple, like in regards to finances, in regards to life, in regards to parenting, in regards to a whole lot of things. And I know sometimes with people that are, there's a lot of late bloomers of people that's getting married at older rates, like maybe a vision for them would be more helpful. I mean, helpful for anybody, I think. But because you want to, I guess, know what you're stepping into. Maybe we thought, okay, we've been with each other since 15. Like, for the most part, we knew what we're stepping into, I guess. Yeah.
No, I mean, maybe. I don't think, I think that premarital counseling helped us as far as making sure that we have different things in mind. Like for one of the things that I never forgot was when Mrs. Pastor Hammond was like, you know, if one fall, you both fall. Like, in other words, you're always together. So uplift each other, because you have each other's back. And so, like, just different things, and to see their marriage as an example, and now they're over 30 years marriage. So those different things, I guess, in my mind, again, it's one of those things that was subconscious, but it's like, okay, well, you guys are making it work, and observing Mrs. Pastor Hammond with her husband, like those different things. It was, I guess, it was a vision that is built upon as we continue to walk this thing out. But it wasn't, like I said, generated consciously in the beginning. But I think it's very important to have one.
Yeah, I mean, I think now that I'm older, I would think we definitely should make a vision for our marriage. We really should. I think as we came upon certain things, we created, for the most part, kind of like different boundaries and expectations for our marriage. I mean, it wasn't nothing written in stone, and I think even like for finances, we created different guidelines in regards to budget, and I think we had just an expectation of respecting one another, and I think love and respect can go a long way, because I think it's certain things that you won't do when you respect and love your mate. Like, you're not gonna go out and just like buy something that's super a big cost, like because you think, well, in my head you think like, I should probably let my mate know if it's over a certain amount of money. That's just where our expectations was. And like, Tiffany never just like, hey, I'm gonna buy a car without telling my husband or nothing. She never did anything like that. She always, asked me, and then came with like she always had some kind of ideal and some, map out, because I'm
Analytical.
I'm very analytical, and like, and so she would just say, yeah, we can do this, and
this is how much we're saving on gas, and this is how much the car payment will be.
But no, I kind of made those kind of guidelines. Okay, if you're gonna get a new car, it has to be a car that's saving on gas, this, that, and the third. Because I was thinking, I hope it's a way that we can save money. In regards to if you're getting. But like I said, as far as vision, like I never came with you with. I think to an extent, I hoped that you could cook, but that wasn't my expectations. I thought that would have been cool, like if you was like one of those cookers or something like that. But I mean, then I was like, okay, well, I'm fine with what I had. What? I mean, maybe because your mom, she could cook like really, really, really good. Then
whoever, like, I've never told you that I was a cook. Like, I don't even know where that thought even came from. I mean, obviously I cook now.
Yeah, it was probably just a show.
I mean, I'm not my mom in the kitchen, but
no,
you guys eat.
We eat. We do,
and
eat.
it is a well balanced meal.
meal. I don't know about well balanced, but it's
I mean,
cool.
you have your starches, you have your vegetables, and you have your protein.
Yeah. I thought you meant like on the salt department, because sometimes you be salt.
Oh, you mean a well seasoned, a well balanced seasoned
grease or the
meal.
grease department? You know.
Oh, I don't cook greasy food.
I didn't say you cook greasy food, but I'm saying sometimes things don't have to have.
Spray butter?
Bear, you know you won't come in with no spray butter when we first got married.
Oh, when we first got married. I thought you were talking about now.
No, I'm
oh,
talking
when we
about-
first got married. Oh, no. Yeah, that
Nah.
was, no.
Horrible.
I was
We were
learning.
both horribly unhealthy, more horribly unhealthy, and to the point like we definitely had to make some changes. But I mean, I don't think you had any expectations of me fixing cars and fixing houses and different
No.
things like that. You
I
know?
honestly just wanted you. Like, I just wanted to be with you. So I
Yeah.
didn't think about any of those things. Also, I just figure I can do it myself. Like, I don't need you to fix my car. I could go get my car fixed.
True.
But, yeah.
Yeah. But I think when you're older, you have different expectations. Like
Mm-hmm.
people look at people almost like more like a business. Like they say, okay, what you got on the table? Okay, one of us gotta have good credit. Okay, one of us gotta be a cook. One of us gotta
Mm-hmm.
and they look at it almost like a business plan. I think the older you are, because
Mm-hmm.
you look at it as like a strategy almost.
Mm-hmm.
From what I heard, people that get married older, like if you ain't coming correct, like it's like, you know, you don't want to waste a person's time when you have a certain age bracket, then you want to be established in certain things, a certain, you know. Yeah, so I think it's different. Our mindset is completely different than someone else's mindset that got married at an older rate.
Yeah. Well, then, I mean, older, you're more established. And so that would make sense.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. So I think when you're getting married, I think you should have a vision, even though we didn't have a vision.
Yeah.
And if you don't have a vision and you are married, I think that I think it's always good to create some kind of understanding, and maybe even written down, or something that you see, you know, on your wall or whatever the case may be, you know, because our example, we're believers in Jesus Christ, so we try to make our example a Christ-filled type of household, and that in itself should already have a blueprint, so to speak, for how we treat each other, or the expectations and do's and the don'ts within the marriage. You know?
It's our guidelines. So what would you tell someone in reference to making a vision, or even how we would create a vision? What would we, how would we do it? Like, do we look at, obviously we will look at the Bible as our foundation, but is there a role model marriage or role, you know what I mean? Like what do we get the data to put on the vision?
I think you gotta practically, you can say look at the scripture, but it has to be something that's practical. And I think it should have goals in it, you know, because I think as a couple that you should want to grow together, whether whatever area that you want to grow in, you know, spiritually, physically, you know, all kinds of ways that you can grow together in a relationship. So you want to have like you know stuff that you can use, stuff like SMART goals and different things like that. But you talking about an example, so to speak, I would just say, you know, an example. I don't think you can put like people as an example. I don't think that's wise to put people as an example, because when those people crumble or something happens, then you're left dumbfounded and speechless or whatever. And I even say, you know, we don't treat this channel as we're the example at all. We treat it as though we're just the proof that marriages exist and they can last for a length of time or whatever the case may be. Essentially, we both came from, I would say, broken homes or what have you, and we didn't have examples. But I think a love for God and love for each other, and the hope and well-being of our child all together. And it is a choice that you have to make, a choice that you have to make to try to, keep it growing. Like you see this little plant on this table, we trying to put water in it. I tried to read the directions. We even been
I was speaking to it today.
We even put and it's just, it feels like it's dying, but I hope it's not dying. It's getting all dried out, but we're watering it. We're putting it by the window for about 3 hours a day. And we're not taking it outside because it says it can't be in temperatures under 40 degrees or whatever. It's been cold recently. So, but you want to try for how you want to make it work. Try to make it work. Like you said, you want to read on the person, get an understanding of the person, see what works for the person and what doesn't work for the person.
That's one thing that Saul's grandmother, your grandmother, told me at one time when I was asking. I like to ask people who have been married for a length of time, 30, 20, 40 years, what's your secret? Like what do you guys do to keep it going and thriving? And she said, to me, you want to make sure that you study your spouse. So it's know what ticks your spouse off, or know what ignites your spouse, or just really know him. And just, that reminded me of that when you were talking about this plant that we're hoping comes back to fruition, is to really know not the direction, because I believe that only God can give us the instruction, because he's created us. He's the one that created us. But be observant. In other words, just to be observant with your mate, and even in making the vision, take those different things into consideration. Like our marriage isn't the same as someone else's marriage, and we have to know what works for our marriage. And so I would say definitely pray about it, because even without us having a vision on paper, God, I believe that through our prayers and just wanting the well-being for each other and wanting to live a life that is holy to God, he has orchestrated, and directed our steps to accomplish different things, not because it was on paper, just because we were focused on him. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so, but I said all of that to say, make sure that God is at the center of the vision, and don't compare your marriage with someone else's, or think that yours has to look like someone else's that is successful in it. Make sure that God is at the center, and it will be successful.
Yeah, because you don't know what's going on behind closed doors. People can put on a front that you can assume that their life is all grand and whatever the case may be. And you can find out months later the dude was beating her and this, that, and the third. You never know what's going on. All you can do is know yourself and understand your business and mind your business and your relationship, and do the best you can to help your relationship grow. Every relationship is different. Everyone, like my wife said, works different. You got to see what works for you and keep it going for you. I think that wraps it up in regards to vision. Vision within a marriage.
But what's the benefit of a vision?
Well, biblically speaking, I believe when you speak something and when you see something, you see it you see it happen. I think you really do see it happen. You may not see it happen right now. You may not see it happen 5 years within time, but I think in due time it does grow. I think you just have to keep at it and be consistent and love on one another, and continue to trust and believe that it's going to be all right. It's going to work out. Whatever y'all trying to do. Whether y'all in a marriage and y'all trying to buy a house, whether y'all are trying to do anything debt free. Just trust and believe and continue on that journey, and continue to love each other. Make the choice every day to engage in each other. Sometimes you can do something simple as that. Something practical is, okay, I'm gonna make sure that I have a conversation with my wife 15 minutes a day, undivided attention. In this world of social media, undivided attention is people don't get that a lot. So even taking 15 or 30 minutes aside for your child to have undivided undivided attention, or 10 minutes, starting small with 10 minutes. I mean, it's sad to say they may be in school for 8 hours a day. You getting home 5 and 6, you cooking dinner, all this. So you might only get 30 some minutes, you know, of that you can say, I'm going to spend undivided attention with my child to get to know them, to talk to them, to see how their day's going and what have you. And you can do the same with your spouse. And those dividends that you are putting into your marriage or your household is taking root and it's making changes, and is for the fulfillment and the betterment of your household overall. Start small. Don't go all big with it.
Yeah.
You know, try to start small with the vision for your
and
family.
increase it over time.
Yeah.
Or just allow it to naturally increase. I think sometimes when we have a thought in mind, we want to get everything done right there, and right then and there, and we want it right now. But when things naturally grow, it develops such a uniqueness about it, and you allow both individuals to be just themselves, and they're naturally growing.
Yeah. And even the let me check the time. Oh, okay. Yeah, and even like I've tried that or whatever. My child or whatever, I try to consistently have engaging time with him, undivided, and just have a conversation with him to get to know him for and I started with 10 minutes or what have you. And I think that has softened him, so to speak, and everything, because I realized that you know, a child, no matter how old they are, they still want to feel like a kid, so to speak. You know, they still want that
with their parents.
Yeah, they want that.
True.
They want
That's
that
true.
mindset of like, look at me, daddy. Look what I can do. Look what I'm doing. Still that what's the word? I'm looking for whatever. But y'all get my point. Hopefully y'all get my point. And yeah. And this is the end of the episode in regards to after I do's and vision, you know.
Creative one.
Vision. Yeah. And yeah. And if y'all had some kind of vision for your wife or your husband that he's not, you can't assume that he was going to be something or she was going to be something that y'all didn't communicate your expectations with each other. And that's another conversation for another day.
Conversation.
So I'm gonna head out.
Bye.
Peace out.
We go together.